Thank you very much, sir. First of all, I would like to thank AIOS for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I would like to thank my mentor, Dr. Viral Shah, sir, and my co-panelist for this session. So today my topic is on professional indemnity. Next slide, Tushar. I have no financial disclosures to make in this presentation, but I would like to acknowledge the special guidance of Dr. Ravi Wankhedkar, who hails from my hometown, and he is treasurer of World Medical Association. So why the indemnity is needed? Previously, doctors were considered God, but now may God save the saviors. Currently, as we have already seen in the past lectures, doctors are commonly accused of malpractice and medical negligence. And these cases are come under Consumer Protection Act. So the amount of compensation for which people are suing is tremendously increased. To err is human, and we all know that doctors' expertise lies in protecting health of the patient. But human error cannot be totally eliminated. And doctors are really now at risk for litigations, and we need to protect our litigation, protect ourselves now. So what is the professional indemnity? It is basically an insurance plan which financially safeguards medical practitioners, both financially and legally also. It covers the legal cost and claims for compensation by the patients. It is basically a special contractual obligation of one party to compensate the loss incurred by the aggravated party. There is one important terminology in this professional indemnity known as vicarious liability. As we all know, hospitals can be directly liable for their own negligence, or they can be sued for malpractice for their employees. So, vicarious liability means, in simple words, boss pays for his employees. So, hospital is legally liable for any malpractice committed by doctors, nurses, or other healthcare professionals employed by them. That includes counselors also. So we advise that indemnity insurance policies should be taken for doctors and hospital with staff separately. This slide shows that what are the eligibility criteria for taking a professional indemnity. So doctors, medical practitioners, counselors, professional service providers, everybody can have a professional indemnity policy taken. Hospitals, nursing homes, diagnostic centers can also have separate indemnity policies for their employees. It covers the professional negligence claims. It also covers the claim for defamations or loss of data or loss of goods. But it does not cover the criminal cases. It also does not cover the cases where doctor is being accused by the fact that he was being under the influence of alcohol or drug while rendering his services. So what is the limit of amount? As we have already seen, these cases are included in Consumer Protection Act. So the amount for which doctors can be sued can be very high. It can go up to 20 lakhs also, or more than that. So we need to protect us financially and legally. So the sum insured by a particular policy company is known as limit of indemnity. And this limit is fixed per incidence and per policy period. Here I would like to mention about one IMA and SBI card, where SBI has given complimentary professional indemnity insurance to the doctors worth 20 lakhs. I have no financial disclosures in this, but this facility is available through Indian Medical Association and SBI Bank. What are the agencies which provide this professional indemnity? Indian Medical Legal Consulting Service or Indian Medical Association having National Professional Protection Scheme. So these two are the governing agencies where IMA is providing professional indemnity to the doctors. While general insurance companies like National Insurance, United India, or Oriental Insurance, they also provide professional indemnity policies. One difference I would like to mention here is in first two schemes, which is provided by Indian Medical Association, they cover all the medical, legal, and administrative complaints, while the policies provided by general companies, insurance companies, they only cater consumer they only cater the consumer cases. So more in detail about IMA National Protection Scheme. This scheme is available to the life members of Indian Medical Association. It helps in the harassments or litigation cases arising in due course of doctor's professional life. What is the prerequisite for this case is once such incidents occurs in doctor's life, then he has to immediately inform the honorary secretary or state representative of particular scheme about that incidents. If one particular doctor has taken this professional indemnity from IMA, but he fails to report it to the honorary secretary or state representative, then he is not liable to get the benefits of the scheme. So what kind of incidents he can face? So notice from any advocate or from any legal forum or from the individual patient or its relatives. Any kind of notice from these legal forums, the doctor have to immediately inform the honorary secretary, and then he can guide about the legal aid which is available in the scheme, and he can guide the further process. All India Ophthalmological Society has tie-up with Indian Medical Association, and they have come up with the policies for ophthalmologists. It has got baseline non-refundable fees of 3,000 rupees. Suppose, but there are no claims occurring in any year, then this amount gets reduced by 100 rupees each year. This goes up to 6 years. So suppose if some person has taken a policy in 2020 and there are no claims, so he can get no claim bonus of 100 rupees, and next year he has to just pay 2,900 rupees. This goes up to 6 years. This policy works under only the jurisdiction of Republic of India. So what is the sum insured in this policy? Claims up to 10 lakh for single case and 20 lakhs per year will be available. So that means maximum 2 cases in a year is available. A doctor can avail the financial assistance up to 50 lakh more amount if he takes the professional indemnity by IMA, that is called as Enhanced Protection Scheme, and the fees for that is 10,000 rupees. In some cases, this medical legal aid or the policy makers, they tell doctor to file a counter petition or suit against the party concerned for damage or defamation. And if this compensation is ordered by honorable court, then 50% of the amount should be remitted to the scheme after deducting all the expenses. So doctor have to give that 50% amount to the scheme. This was about the IMA policy. Now something about the policy by general insurance company. As I have already mentioned, general insurance companies like Oriental or National Insurance Company, they cater only consumer claims. It includes the policy holder and the nominee name, that is their employee name or some nominee name they have named in the proposal. These policies can be taken for the individual doctor, hospitals, diagnostic centers separately. Its jurisdiction again covers all Indian courts. It includes the bodily injuries to the patient and negligence claims, both. So what is this bodily injuries? Here we mean to say that ophthalmologist, if any ophthalmologist is getting sued for the death of the on-table death of the patient, then this policy is covering that kind of claims. So there is one more terminology in the policy that is known as policy period. It starts from the 12 midnight following the date of the acceptance of the risk. So 12 midnight of the one's policy is accepted by a particular company, and it expires at the midnight of the scheduled date, that is usually 1 year. But this policy period is not same as the period of insurance. While period of insurance is the period commencing from retroactive date. So indemnity is applicable only if the act has been committed during the period of insurance and it is continued thereafter without break. So definitely no grace period is there, and policy should be mandatorily renewed before the due date. So I would like to give a take-home message through this is, don't panic even if litigations occur. Know your law well, seek the legal help, and ensure your hospital employees also. And regularly renew the policies in due time to avoid lapse. Because if there is lapse, doctor is not liable to get the benefits of the scheme. I thank you everyone, and for the panel again. Thank you.